It would help if I was actually on the stage. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. I don't even know how many of you there are. 21 of you. So we hit 50,000. That's pretty exciting. I don't know if you guys can. Is there a date on that? I don't think there's a date on this. So this is two of my students way back in 2019 made me this. And this is my 100 subscriber plaque. It's like literally, I think they did it on the back of an assignment. So in 2019, I hit 100 subscribers. And then May of last year, I hit 10,000. And today we hit, well, it's actually super late last night, where I live at least. We hit 50,000. So that is what we are here to celebrate. And I have I have a confession to make. I sort of fibbed a little bit. I couldn't find any gas station sushi, so I did the next worst thing I could think of, and I went to Walmart. Okay, I could have gone to Sprouts, which is like a high-end grocery store. We have one of those, but I wanted to remain as authentic as I could to the original premise. So this is Walmart sushi. And the best by use date says September 12th. And I can't see it. It says September 12th. So obviously, this is super safe. Walmart sushi is gas station level. I mean, you're probably not wrong. So it comes with some wasabi aioli, and the lid was like almost impossible to open. So I'm surprised I didn't. It's one of those things where like you're trying really hard, and then all of a sudden, boom, like a bag of chips. I was really hoping that didn't happen because I didn't want to get wasabi in my eyes. That would hurt. And of course, wasabi in the wasabi that comes with sushi isn't wasabi, it's green horseradish. So there you go. Walmabi, I'm not sure exactly what that means. But I every 2 weeks on Monday, I do an Ask Me Anything live stream. So I will answer whatever questions you all have. And we did guests last time, but I'll just do guests this time as well, just for funsies. But do you really enjoy sushi? Yeah, I like sushi. When I go to sushi places, I prefer to get like ramen because I just love ramen so much. And sushi, like the sushi rolls, they're like 18 to 20 bucks. And all you get is the sushi roll. It'll come with a salad too, I guess. So I just kind of like, I don't know. I feel like I'm getting more if I order something else. So I'll get like katsu or teriyaki or ramen most of the time, but I like sushi. What medication have you been impending for? So I ordered about I just ordered like 7 different Joe Rogan podcast recommended products, like some AG1 and all that. And I made my own not slushy, but like shake out of it. And then I I took it as an enema to combat this. So that's hard to. So I have liquid AG1 and other supplements up the ass. That's how we're preparing for this. All right, here goes the first one, and I will mute to avoid the mouth sounds. It's not bad. It's really, it has no texture. It's kind of gooey. The rice is supposed to be a little firm, but the stuff I don't know when this stuff was made. It was probably made the day I bought it, but it's shrimp apparently. It says tempura shrimp, which is a little bit. I mean, there's definitely shrimp in there, but it's a bunch of like spicy crab as well. So there we go. It's not bad. We'll just call 911 for yeah. That comment about thoughts and prayers made me laugh so much. Yeah, because what have thoughts and prayers ever done? Well, literally nothing. Not really. Whenever I get sushi rolls, I like shrimp tempura and spicy crab rolls. Those are the two kind I got. This other one is a spicy crab one, which is kind of basic of me, I guess. I like whitefish rolls too. I don't really like the taste of salmon sashimi, and when they top rolls with that, I don't like it that much. I'll try it every now and then if it's got a good combination of other stuff. If it's got some eel sauce and whatever else to go with it and it's mixed with other stuff, I'll try it, but in general, that's what I go for. I avoid the cream cheese rolls. I'm just like, what are you doing? Stop. You're trying too hard to Americanize it. Although, if any of you have ever been to Japan or are from there or whatever, are cream cheese rolls something that they do in Japan? Does that exist? I don't know. I'm answering. Yeah, it's an Ask Me Anything live stream, so I will answer any and all questions. Eel sauce? What? Eel sauce is really good. How do I achieve the heaven plan? Well, I don't know what that is, so I don't really know what to tell you. Yeah, it'll be a day or so. Well, if it's parasites, it'll be many days because they got to be fruitful and multiply. Have you ever had? Yeah, I've had dragon rolls before. I like dragon rolls. How the hell am I supposed to know that? Have I been playing the new Hell no. Oh shit, I'm not on my PC. I'm on my Mac. My so my desk has both my computers on it. I have 3 monitors. They're hooked up to both my Mac and my PC. But I'm on my Mac right now, so otherwise I would open up Steam and I would look when the last time I played Helldivers was. It was definitely more than a month ago. So not much more than a month ago, but around that time. So there was new stuff when I was playing it, but I can't remember what it even was. I've ever made my own sushi. Yes, I have. I have a kit. I bought the little kit from Amazon with the little bamboo roller and all that stuff. The only thing I've ever made is like California rolls, and that's really it because that's just a crab stick, avocado, cucumber, and then the rice. So those aren't really all that hard to make. Those are the only ones I've done. Nothing fancy. Is Debunking Idiot takes a healthy business model? Well, it's working for me. I know a lot of people that do what I do and are very smart, but their platforms are pretty small. It's unfortunate. You need to mix the wasabi with the soy sauce. That's usually what I do, but It's an aioli, so it would actually mix pretty well. I mean, I guess I can just dump it right in there. There. The wasabi aioli is actually really good. I actually really like it. How has the James Webb Telescope affected our understanding of the age of the universe, along with how quickly galaxies form and age? As far as age of the universe, it's changed our knowledge on that by, at most, tens of millions of years. Even if it changed it by a couple 100 million years, that would be a single-digit percent change, a low single-digit percent change. As far as galaxy formation, yes, we now understand that galaxies form faster than we thought. I have an entire video on this. I cannot remember what the video is called, but essentially, they're finding the mature galaxies early on in the universe. And that didn't match our models, but that's because our models for galaxies have to use a particular stellar mass index. The problem is all galaxies are so far away that we can't really gauge their star composition all that well. So we only use the Milky Way. And our models for galaxy formation early in the universe were based on a stellar mass index for the Milky Way. But just some common logic tells us that that would be pretty suspect because the early universe was vastly more dense than the universe is now. So you'd expect more higher mass stars. You'd expect stars to form faster, and you'd expect more higher mass stars early on. And simulations, models that use a different stellar mass index do match extremely well with the current James Webb data. The original models we had based on Milky Way composition didn't so well, but the updated ones do just fine. And conspiracy theorists and whatever are going to cry that we just made the science work with our observations, but that's really not an honest take about what happened. What the hell kind of comment is this? If the passage of time depends on the gravitational field you are in, how can you measure things the things right after the Big Bang happened? Time is relative, but you can still make observations of things in different gravitational fields or whatever. But well, so that's my answer on that. I'd go into more detail, but I'm not a physicist. Sorry. Okay. I'm going to open the other pack. And because in the other pack, we have the spicy crab. So, our other roll. In England, they have gas station sushi. Oh, man. The only good food in England is the Indian food, right? The rest of it is just mushy peas and, well, that is the only other meal that is consumed there, as far as I know. So, yeah. No, yeah, British people and their food. No. So, yeah, English gas station sushi. That just sounds worse than American, actually. Do I have any soy sauce? Yeah, I have a little thing here with soy sauce and the wasabi aioli. What is imitation crab meat made of anyway? It's made of fish. I don't know exactly what fish. It's probably a blend, probably mostly cod, but this packaging is really jellied eels. Uh those those people don't eat jellied eels, right? Right? That's not a thing. Right? 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 No, you know what? I absolutely would believe it. Oh, it's got avocado in it. And the avocado has only turned a little bit brown. So that's impressive. Good job. I'm proud of you, Walmart. I am proud of this Walmart sushi that I am about to eat. Bloody Londoners. Chat, doesn't that look appetizing? We'll see if the camera can get it into focus. There we go. There we go. And ignore all the creepy crawlies that you may have seen. Just pretend that they're not there. That's what I'm doing. Yes, I explained this at the beginning. I actually couldn't find any sushi at any gas station in town. So I went with the next worst thing, which is Walmart. Sorry. I cannot tell the difference between that and the other one. But I think that's because it's mostly spicy crab. And then this one has avocado in it. The other one has shrimp. I can't taste the difference. There's a tiny bit of textural difference because that piece of shrimp in there, but otherwise, no detectable difference. Yes, I am training to become a health professional. I do not. I have, but I played No Man's Sky. I first got into it after they fixed it, but before the game really became crazy. And whenever I see and hear about all the updates it has now, I'm so jealous of everybody that is well established in that game because I want to do those things, but it would take time that I don't have to get to that point, essentially, unfortunately. Thank you for the 99 cents. I do not know what this is. For whatever reason, I don't know what they don't bother me. There are people like the two that spring to mind, really, and I think they are the two best examples, are Aaron Ra and Matt Dillahunty, right? Those two, I don't know if it's because they've just been doing this for so long, but they don't even have a fuse anymore. Those guys are more like landmines. The moment they're triggered, they explode. And that's not me. And I I don't know. I don't know why. a convenient answer is, well, because I was a teacher, so I had to deal with, my students. They weren't stupid; they just didn't know things yet, and so I had to teach them. And I understand that they're there to learn. I had a lot of behavioral problems too, um, but I don't know if that's the reason why or not. I don't know. It's hard to say. I am what I am. If the Bible was never written, would God exist? If the Bible was never written, would God exist? God doesn't exist whether or not the Bible is written. So I'm not really sure. I don't know what to say to that. Well, the thing about things is things do what they be what do what diddy dumb diddy do. And then as Satan from South Park said, damn it, what didn't Diddy do? That also goes along with this. All right. So I've eaten 8 total pieces. I'm pretty sure that's a lot more than a lethal dose. So I'm going to put these off to the side. You watched me, but I ate half of both containers. I'm going to put this crap to the side. And I actually do have a guest that live requested. But now I can stop muting myself and making mouth noises and talk to all of you and answer your questions. Because this is an AMA live stream, so. Richard, what is up?
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, just, either signing my own death certificate or not.
Right. So I wanted to get your input. I just popped into your live stream, but I've been watching some of your videos. I wanted to know what's so funny?
This comment, can you read it?
No, about to say I'm not looking at the chat.
It's on the screen, but I don't know what it looks like from your end. You're in the back end, but it says
the comments.
It says fake eating, NASA fake pictures.
But my question, so I've been watching a lot of your videos and I like your standpoints on a lot of things. And I think that you look at it from a very realistic and real perspective as opposed to what a lot of people like to just focus on. I was curious, do you think with Trump being our president and all of everything that's going on, do you see either towards the end of his term or this year if there would be anything following suit with him from everything that he's been doing, has been potentially doing, or has already done that will come back for him to finally be impeached?
He should be impeached like right now because he's in violation of the emoluments clause. And there's no excuse for that, just none whatsoever. And even if the Democrats somehow won a supermajority, they would need 60 votes in the Senate to do it. And I just don't think it would ever. The only thing that could make it happen is if somehow the U.S. electorate rallies behind this whole the genocide happening in Gaza, and if something, I would say, or if something that actually is super incriminating behind the Epstein files comes out. I don't think he's going to be in the files in the sense that he was on the island or anything, but I think
he's already got like not even 10 fingers. He's got probably 50 fingers in that right now. Hey, here's this. Make sure this, oh, hey, I'll make sure this happens. Make sure you take care of this.
Yeah, he's going to be complicit in something that has to do with that, I believe, because they suspended Congress so that they couldn't vote on releasing the files.
Yeah,
Why would
I
he
heard
care?
about that. Can I get your take on that? Like, what you think either actually is happening or like what's going on with that?
I I think that I can just give you a really low, like I have theories, but my just low resolution answer is a bunch of really rich people who are politically active and politically connected are tied up in that. And so they can't afford, like, for the same reason that Joe Manchin never votes for anything that his donors don't want him to do. These people, they will never allow, or they're going to do everything they can to not let those files come out because the people they're politically connected to are implemented in it somehow. That is, I don't doubt that's the case because the lawyers for the victims are saying that's what is going on. Those lawyers have seen the files, and those lawyers are saying, "Yeah, we can tell you exactly why it's not being released because there are powerful people that don't want it released. That is exactly why." So,
And that's what I don't understand is that like I understand like the media is supposed to take everyone else's attention away from what's actually happening behind the curtain, but I'm so curious as to know like if there really is something going on behind the curtain and it's all this is just a front. You have the woke media, you have the woke left, the woke right, you have everything going on in the world, but when it comes down to politics, which seems to be the majority of everything now, if you were to go back like to 2000s, that wouldn't have been the case if you were to ask me. But it just seems like whatever is happening in the background, there has to be some form of an initiative. You know what I mean? Otherwise, like the worst case would have already happened. You know, like World War III, another Great Depression, another housing crisis. You know what I mean? So someone somehow is keeping everything together. And I'm just curious, who do you think that might be in the background who's actually doing the right things while the people in the front are doing all the wrong things?
oh man, my cynical take on that is I don't think there is anyone doing the right thing. Like with regard to housing, there's really not a good reason that the housing market shouldn't have crashed by now.
Right.
I think just Wall Street and Goldman Sachs and BlackRock and all those organizations are just like, look, it's bad for us if it crashes. So we are going to artificially maintain the way things are indefinitely. Um, I think that's what's going. I think it's
Right. No,
just
I agree.
pure.
I 100% agree.
I think it's pure selfishness and wrong that is keeping things from uh going going the way they probably, like, not
Either
should as
should
in I
have
want that to
or
happen, but
yeah.
would otherwise would otherwise happen.
And I just think it's crazy that there's not a lot of people that will come onto your show or that I've seen you've talked to, which is crazy by the way. The IQ levels that you've had to talk to. I'm surprised your brain's not fried at this point. Um, but what I don't understand is either like they're just doing it to get a rile out of you or if like they genuinely believe that. I couldn't understand like the thought process they couldn't have to try and understand that there is a lot more going on than just whatever you have this tunnel vision like narrative towards, because it's so much bigger than that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think there are about 20 different reasons why the people I talk to believe what they believe. I've kind of talked about it endlessly before. So, I got super chats that I want to try to answer here. Is there anything else real quick before I let you go?
No, other than I love your content, man, and I love what you do.
Thanks.
All right, bye.
Um, okay, right plight. Is right plate the one that asked me the Bible question that I didn't understand earlier? I don't remember. When I show you the proof, what will you say? You said this once, please use it more. Also, can you say hi to Annie? Hello, Annie. Yeah, I like doing that one. It was really recent because I was going to scripture to read something to somebody, but I don't get to use it that often because there has to be a really specific thing that somebody brought up that I can Google and pull up on the screen. And that doesn't happen super often, but I will definitely try to use that because it is extremely satisfying. And then Michael said, worst group of people you've debated and worst person ever on your channel. I have a video titled Most Disgusting Guest of All Time. And it was this Muslim guy pretending to be a Christian who was like trying to defend traditional moral ethics, which is basically complete dominance and subjugation over women and stripping them of all their rights, and several other really disgusting things. He probably was like the actual worst person I've ever talked to. It's hard to think of somebody worse than that. Andrew Wilson's kind of close, but not based on the conversation Andrew Wilson and I had, based on other things I know about him. Yeah, I would say it's that guy, and it's not that. I can't think of anybody that really actually compares to that psycho. Like, I've talked to people that have like been super verbally abusive toward me, that like use slurs and hurl insults at me, but this guy, I attribute most of that to hostile environment, debating online. But this guy was just actually a fucking puke of a human being. Worst group of people, that would be the flat earthers. Yeah, the creationists are a close second, and the people that like the evangelical types are, no, they're the close second, and then creationists are a tier below them actually. But no, the flat earthers, it's not just how stupid they are. They just really hold really disgusting beliefs that go with it, and they're so contemptuous and arrogant and condescending toward everybody that they talk to as well. Okay, those super chats were really old, so I'm not going to be able to see anything in between that. Dollar Tree. No, see, he's a toxic little twerp, but I don't think that he's like legitimately oh, you know what? I'm not going to change my answer. I still do think that guy was the worst, but those two videos I put out in the last couple of weeks where I'm trolling people on their live streams, the majority of those people are super disgusting. You don't like I only upload the couple of seconds where I'm talking and then they kick me out, but I sit there and listen before I join in. And the reason I go up to troll them is because the shit they say, and it's mostly Trump supporters, they are like fucking wild. All right, I do have a guest. Boofy.
Yes.
Boofy, what's up?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just curious, what's your objection to veganism? Because you obviously ran away from the last debate.
It creates a community of people like you. That's my objection to it. There are logical consistencies with like conservatism. And so just in a vacuum, considering the ideas of conservatism, it's like, oh, well, you know, I can actually get behind the idea of like smaller government and things like that, but it produces characters of or people of the character of the evangelical right wing we have in America, and those people are deplorable. So what's your response to that? Interesting. Okie dokie. Gas station sushi isn't so bad. It's not raw fish. It's imitation crab. They had tuna rolls at Walmart, but I was like if I was at a high-end sushi place, I wouldn't get a tuna roll anyways. So, because I don't like them. Why do you run it? Yeah, I don't know. He muted himself and then didn't say anything. Which is worse, the Star Wars prequel trilogy or sequel trilogy? The sequel trilogy is absolutely horrendous. It is really not even close. Because it's not just that it has bad acting and mostly terrible characters. The plots are just very stupid. The themes and plots of the prequel trilogy are good. Whereas in the sequel trilogy, whatever we're calling those, they're just so horrible. I will say that the art style and cinematics are just absolutely so good in those, but no, otherwise just absolutely terrible. The Last Jedi ruined friendships. I have a couple friends, one of whom really especially is a Star Wars nerd. And when I left The Last Jedi, I walked out of the theater and I don't remember what I said, but I said, just walked out of The Last Jedi, might be the worst movie I've ever seen or something like that. And they misunderstood me. They thought that I said that I walked out of the movie early, which wasn't what I was saying. But yeah, they were like they were defending it and I was like, but it was so horrible. And then like we talked about it again like a year later, a couple years later, and they basically agreed. Oh guys, look, Maria's back. Hi Marie. So I saw this
Hello?
video of you sexualizing a minor, talking about you shoving a hairbrush in and out of her vagina and then moaning sexually. What's up with that?
So, am I able to be heard?
Yeah, I can hear you. So what's up with you doing that? That's pretty gross.
First of all, I didn't do that. Secondly,
No, yeah, I have I could pull up the YouTube video of you doing it.
you
So
can pull it up. Please find the YouTube video of me talking to a female like that.
okay. Actually, I'm not gonna do well, I might do that. Well, I'll post it in Discord, but I'm not actually entertaining you being on here. So I didn't do that. Oh yeah, go ahead and pull up the video. So let's see here. I also don't want to play it on here, but that does exist. Let me see. Somebody commented. Oh man, how would I find that? It would be in my search history, I guess, somewhere, but yeah, somebody on it's in the pinned comment of the video with Marie. Somebody posted a link to it. I believe that's where I saw it. Problem is, there's a shitload of comments. Not that one. Not that one either. Anyways, are there any questions? Do South Park sounds? That's not a question. Are there any questions? Wow, she has an alt account and she's in the guest room. That's actually crazy. How am I going to find this? Nope. Oh man. No, that didn't work either. Maybe it was just in Discord and so it's not in my history. Have I ever read anything from Star Wars? No, I've never read any actual of the Star Wars like books or anything. I don't read fiction like at all. Don't explain how we calculate how many years passed until the Earth was made. Explain. That's just through radiometric dating, essentially. Daniel, hello. Hello. Oh, they left. Huh, interesting. Ian, Justin, Professor Dave, enjoy your patience with your patience. Are you the one that's been commenting that on videos? I've been seeing that. Patience with the patience. Oh, you spelled patience wrong the second time, though. Patients. That's actually a really funny comment. Patience with the patience. As far as I know, I have never been whacked by Kent Hovind. I looked a few times. I think that even he knows he can't do anything with me. So I think I humiliated him so bad. You'd think he'd want to do a whack an atheist with me, but I think even he knows that I humiliated him so bad that it wouldn't, I don't know, like it wouldn't even be worth it. If you read the novels based on episode 3, you will not be disappointed. Aw, Marie left. She was in the back studio again. I gotta find that video, though. It's really hard to focus on searching for it while also doing this. Oh, maybe it was a DM. Maybe that's where it was. No. Nope, not in there either. All right. What are your thoughts on how Christians support Israel just because they are God's chosen people? I my thoughts. It's too bad, I guess. I mean, what else can I say about it? It's horrible. I detest it. It's too bad. I guess in a way I kind of get it. I don't agree with it, but like I understand like what they're doing, I guess. Is this Daniel guy the guy that I kicked off earlier that was like doing the vegan thing and then we couldn't hear him anymore and he tried to join 2 minutes ago and we couldn't hear him and yeah, we still can't hear anything that Daniel is.
Yeah, you can now.
Okay. What's up?
Yeah, so when you were talking about like the whole conservative thing,
Oh no, he got banned. How did that happen? Just had to confirm that that's what that thing was. God, it's bugging me. OMG, I'm famous. Yeah, you were on the screen. 100 people saw it. No. I did a calculation of this once. I wish I could remember the numbers, but I don't. But I did a calculation on this. If the universe is expanding, then and actually the from like edge to edge, or at distances of the observable universe, beyond that, it's expanding faster than the speed of light. The speed of light is so incredibly fast. So at what rate is local space expanding? I did the calculation on it, and I don't remember what it was, but it's like absurd. It's something like, it's like a meter's worth of local space would take millions of years to expand by even 1 centimeter or something like that. Maybe not millions of years, but like it's insanely absurd. And it's expanding so slow that gravity between objects in local space like I was gonna say vastly, I don't know how else to say it, I guess vastly cancels that out. So you don't have to worry about your body tearing apart because the universe is expanding. You will not expand and be killed or anything like that. If you jump up in the air, there's no chance that the space between you and Earth will expand so fast that you'll not be able to land. Do you have an iPhone? Yes, I do. I'm not fat. The universe is expanding, I swear. Let's see here. 26th of August. So, is there a way? Oh, I can. I can go back and look at all the videos I watched on specific days in August. Hooray! The problem is there's so many. I watch so many videos. Who is whistling? Not me. It's good that you did not eat the gas station sushi. I won't have to take you out tomorrow. No, I did eat it. How long has your setup behind you been changed? That really wouldn't be that hard to find because I upload a video every single day. Just go to my videos on my page and see when that happened. I don't off the top of my, you know what? I could actually tell you it would not take long. Wait, I posted a picture when I painted my office. So I can tell you. July 27th is when I finished my remodel. So not even 2 months. Noah's Ark found. It has a picture of the debunked thing in Turkey. Yeah, somebody is paying their own money to put on a billboard to be like, oh, see, my religion is true. Yeah, no, it's not. What about grocery store sushi? That is what I ate. Do you think that belief systems struggle because the probability of any gods is diminishing? I don't know. Maybe like the idea that science. Why is this? I gotta turn down my light because I look. Oop, not off. Down. My face looks totally washed out. I don't know. I mean, like science and naturalism doing away with the need for an explanation for God or gods or whatever. I think that's a real thing, but I can't quantify it. So I don't know. And religion seems more desperate today than it ever has been. The whole fundamentalist biblical literalism and all that. Those are modern things. I mean, like people always believed that Noah's flood happened. Well, I don't know about always, but that was believed by Galileo, Da Vinci, Renaissance men. But this idea of like biblical inerrancy and literalism and whatever, I mean, I don't know how long that's been an official Catholic doctrine, for example, but a lot of that is kind of a recent thing, and a lot of it was born out of, funny enough, evolution and discovering the age of the Earth, because people couldn't accept the idea that that species would go extinct. I have a book; it's on my reading list. It's actually about that. So hopefully, there's some cool stuff in there for me to learn. But yeah, so are they acting more desperate because of the need to, because they think those things undermine or disprove their beliefs? Yeah, maybe. To what extent is that the reason why we see the current landscape of like Christianity in this country? I have no idea. First of all, I rebuke you. Thank you. And have you heard of the guy who couldn't get custom tags, changed his name to Gel240, JEL2404? I don't know if this is a joke or if that's real. Either way, I either haven't heard of it or I don't get it. I'm very sorry. Who would win in a creationist smackdown? Between who? Are there any creationists who lift? Not that I can think of. Who would I pick in creationist Mortal Kombat? To win or to watch the insanely satisfying kill cam, fatality kill cam? Because those are very different questions. Fittest flat earther. I don't know if you meant that. I don't know if this is what you meant, but there's a guy, he has a shitload of followers on TikTok, like 700,000. And that's his username. I really thought it was pretty likely that he was a troll account, but he changed his bio on TikTok that says his channel is purely satirical. And I don't know if he did that to try to hold on to like monetization because of crackdowns, or if he's being honest. It's hard to tell. Doesn't Hovind pull bitches? He punches bitches. He pushes bitches to the floor. That's what he does. How long will it take for us? Florida, perhaps never. The rest of us, I bet it could actually be, wouldn't be that bad. Aha. I bet this is the video. Well, that definitely wasn't it. Which is weird because. All right. Sorry, I'm not paying attention. What do you think of evolution engine for proteins? Researchers at blank developed thousands of times. I have never heard of this. I don't really have any thoughts on it. I would try to give you my preliminary opinion based on what you're saying, but I don't really. I mean, I hear like accelerated that's cool. But I don't even know how to say like, ooh, the implications for that would be blank. Actually, Veritasium has a video that came out a while back where it wasn't through quantum computing, I don't think, because we're not really doing anything with quantum computing as far as I know, but maybe it was an AI program or something. I don't know. But we can now simulate protein folds so incredibly fast that we can now like this helps with biologic research in really unprecedented ways. He goes over this where it's like in the last 50 years we've only been able to simulate X amount, and this new program in 5 nanoseconds can simulate 100 times more than have ever been discovered in the history of forever. And it's like, that's fucking awesome. That's especially important for like researching drug molecules, like how they interact with things, and for, I would assume, for like developmental biology too. Yeah, that girl. Yeah, that's my most ever viewed video I've ever made on any platform. On TikTok, it has like 8 million views. I was just beginning to enjoy this channel, and now you're gonna die. Yeah, yep. All of our heroes get killed eventually. Go down the map, Howl rabbit hole sometime. I can't remember. I can't put a face to that name. Oops, I typed in Pat instead of Matt. Oh, yeah, nope. On a flat earth, how deep is a rabbit hole? That's a good question. They just say they don't know for like everything, basically. Anyways, sorry. Where am I? Yeah, there are. It's a pretty common thread with them for a lot of them that they don't defend the earth being flat. They just try so hard to be globe skeptics with all these extremely niche and extremely bizarre examples. And I don't entertain, I do my best not to entertain any of it because they use these hyper, like, oh, there's this video that was taken in 180p on this lake and there's a boat. And if you zoom in, you can see my dad, but he never came back from the gas station when he said he was going to go buy cigarettes. So this proves the earth can't possibly be flat or be round. And it's like, okay, I don't like, they use those things and they're pretty much always fabricated or they're lying about what's in it. But I ignore all that. I say, no, we're going to stick with the most basic elementary things imaginable. I always use the exact same 3 examples. Why does the southern sky rotate in a different direction than the north sky? Why is it that the moon always looks exactly the same? Excuse me. Why is it that the moon always looks exactly the same to every observer? And like, why does a horizon at all exist? They can't do any of that. Yeah, some of it was coming back up or something. I found the video with Marie. Marie, are you in here? I found the video with you finally in it. Damn it. God, I wish I could have pulled this up. I wish I could have pulled this up when she was here. That would have been hilarious. Hip yeah. Thank you, Jim Daniels. And thank you for being that's the member thing, right? The like weird symbol. So thank you very much. Hopefully she's been arrested. Hopefully her protein deficient diet killed her. Yeah. Have I watched the new South Parks? I've only seen the Christy Gnome one. I want to watch them. It just never comes to mind. I don't watch like any TV though. It's actually kind of crazy. Can I get a gut check? It's still there. Notice a lot of my peers are less skeptic than other in STEM in regard to God. I'm almost certain this is due to Platonic assertions. I would just guess that mathematics, like I had to confront biblical and theistic arguments and explanations for things because of my line of work in the biological and natural sciences. So evolution, geology, astronomy, in math, you're just not butting into that. So my guess is that would be the reason why the ideas don't overlap. So, but I'm not totally sure. I mean, you'd have to you'd have to actually, what I'm assuming is your comment is based off of the conversations you have, right? But those conversations aren't going to pop up because those topics aren't brought up. But they may secretly hold these skeptical beliefs. They just don't talk about them because it's not relevant to, what you are doing. For the record, here's that video, everybody, of Marie doing this extremely long and extremely gross and extremely creepy, like sexual fantasy, erotic, like describing the way she's gonna basically rape a minor with the handle of a hairbrush. So there you go. She won't be back, but we can now prove that it exists. So it's in the record. Today is Star Trek Day. I feel like every single time I do a YouTube live stream, I get asked about this. I've never seen a single episode, movie, or even clip of a single scene from a single Star Trek episode, movie, or anything. Literally nothing at all. Nothing at all. There's a time where there weren't meters to measure things. How do we measure things? You could measure in Stadia. Like there are all kinds of different measurements. So there's something, the meter, the original idea for the meter was it was supposed to be like, because Earth's circumference is about 40,000 kilometers almost exactly. And it's like, whoa, that's weird. No, it's intentional because the original idea for the meter was it was supposed to be 1/10,000th the distance from the equator to the North Pole. So it's 10,000 kilometers. It's 40,000 kilometers circumference. 1/4 of that is 10,000. So 1/10,000th of that. And that's like what it was officially for a long time. But then they learned that, well, turns out that measurement's not super accurate. So now the meter is officially classified as the distance light travels in 299 millionth, blah, blah, blah of a second. But originally, the length of a meter was actually based on Earth, which is kind of cool. Been dying to ask you this. Where you think foot come from, yo? Where do feet come from? What? That's your question? Or is this your question? Why can't Christians, flirts, magas, etc., not just think for 1 second they could be wrong and entertaining that? Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. There's this, I was listening to one of those MAGA panels that I go and troll on TikTok every now and then. And they were talking about school shootings for some reason. I don't know why. Well, they were talking about like gun legislation and doing something about it versus doing nothing about it because Second Amendment. And they brought up school shootings and like they asked one of the maggot horrible ladies, like, well, what would you think or what would you want if you have kids? Or I think they just asked her if she has kids. And she said, I know my kids will be safe because I believe in Jesus. It's like, wow. And this is like literally the day after that Catholic school got shot up. And it's like, yeah. it will never happen to you. So it happened to them. So what? They were forsaken, or they're not really Christians. Like the way that they just literally don't think that it even can be possible for them to be wrong is pretty extraordinary. The stoned ape theory is fun to think about, but it's too stupid to take seriously. Oh, wait, you meant foots as in feet and inches. That's what you meant. It probably is supposed to be, like the length of an average man's foot. I actually measured my foot today. It's exactly 10 inches, like exactly 10 inches. So I don't know. And an inch is supposed to be the width of your thumb. Mine's 15/16. I measured it. Actually, Donnelly, I'm sorry. In my book, Facts That Aren't True, I actually have this really long dialogue between what would happen if aliens visited Earth and we had a conversation with them about our measurement units. And it's like making fun of imperial units. It goes on for a while. It's actually pretty funny, I have to say. I can't share it, can I? Oh, actually, I could. I could actually pull it up and just show it to you. I'm not going to read it, but I'll show you what I mean. So you know I ain't lying. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Let's see. Boom, there it is. So you can't even see it very well anyways. So is there any way to make this? That's worse. Oh yeah, so it starts right down here. Here's a conversation that humanity would have with aliens about measurements if those aliens landed in the United States. And it goes on for a while. So take my word for it. I think it's kind of funny. Yeah, Terrence McKenna, he had some ideas. A pound is 100 pence. Yeah. Well, an ounce is supposed to be a specific number of a specific coin, but we have no idea which coin it actually was. And fluid ounces and mass ounces have absolutely nothing to do with each other. Why are the most recorded alien sightings in the US? Well, what you have to keep in mind is the United States has the third biggest population in the world. And China is extremely censorious. And India is just not on the, I don't want to say it. They're not on the same developmental level as China or the United States, like not even close. So I mean, China and India, they both have about 3 times more people than we do. There's definitely more idiots in those two countries than in America. We just don't know about them. But we almost certainly have the third greatest number of idiots because we're the third biggest country by population. Better name. First of all, you're right, you do. But yeah, I did eat it. So you can just rewind the stream to the beginning. I will probably only be live for about 15 more minutes also, everybody. People are doing conversions in the chat. That's really, I thank you. You could not express in any more clear way that you think I am boring than you have by deciding to spend your time writing down conversion units in the chat. So thank you, everybody, for telling me in no uncertain terms that you think I'm boring. Let me tarot your shit up another time then. What, tarot cards? Yeah, I guess go for it. It's terrifying how many morons. Well, as George Carlin said, think about how dumb the average person is. Now realize by necessity that half the population is even dumber than that. Where is the sushi? That is nigiri. I had maki. And I ate half of it. The rest of it's over there. I got you, Goose. You saw a short of me playing once. Oh, yeah, guitar. Yeah. I haven't played electric guitar in like 2 months, maybe more than that. Nothing's really stopping me. I just haven't. Why do they tell pregnant women not to eat sushi? I would guess it's because of mercury. Stare off. We did that a few streams ago. I don't remember how long I lasted. It was a while. I did not blink. Oh, yeah, Monday Night Football with one team that. Oh, no, the Vikings won't be good this year, right? They have that. Wait, is their quarterback a rookie or is it the guy they drafted last year? I don't remember. But no, those Vikings probably will not be any good. Adam, that is the average guitar player experience. Thank you, Sly Tendencies, for the $5. Congratulations on 50K. It's going to get even bigger. Thank you for bringing some sanity back to YouTube. The cream rises to the top. Thank you very much. My subscriber count has actually really, really, like the number of subscribers I get per day, it's actually been pretty bad lately. Since and the really weird part about that is it's coincided with it really went downhill after my most viewed video of all time, that video of the Jubilee fascist guy that has, what does that have? It has 250,000 views last time I looked. What is it at now? 256,000 views. My daily news subscribers ever since then have been really bad. So I don't know. I think maybe I just need to do more reaction content, I suppose. If I weren't, I don't know, if the only thing I cared about was growing my brand, then that is all I would do. But God, no, I can't grift like that. I put out videos that I want to put out. I've never made a video where I said to myself, I hate that I'm doing this, but I think it'll do good numbers. I've never done that. So, just fun fact. Yesterday I hit 50K. Yesterday was the 250th day of the year. And at the beginning of the year, on January 1st, I had basically exactly 25,000 subs. And now I have 50,000. So that means from 25 to 50, my average number of subs every day was almost exactly 100, which is just, I don't know. I think that's kind of funny. Ever feel like you're being too dickish to guests? No. I act that way with trolls and people. I pretty much match energies. There have been two or three occasions. Like if you watch my video, new dumbest guest of all time, I was pretty I don't know how many times I insulted him, but I would say I was being kind of dickish with that guy. But I could not believe the levels of stupidity with that guy. But otherwise, I just match energies. There's really only been a couple times where afterwards I was like, that was, yeah, like it would have been a better conversation if I hadn't done that and they were not being too bad. Like I do it in return, and I tend to be, I'd say at least half the time I'm way better at it than they are, so they really get way more than they dished out to me. But if you're gonna dish it, then you're gonna take it too. Striptease at 100,000 subs? No. I don't know what I'll do for 100,000. I feel like what I should do is do 100,000 of something. But what could that be? You know, there's the Mitch Hedberg joke. Rice is great if you're really hungry and want to eat 10,000 of something. I think 100,000 grains of sushi would be too many. 100,000 grains of couscous? Would that be an amount I could eat? I don't know about that. I could spend 100,000 pennies, which would be $1,000 on something. I don't know. Eat 100,000 ghost peppers. Yeah. 100,000 big bangs. I was gonna wear my still banging shirt, but I wore it a few days ago. You can't see it, but I'm wearing my Real Planets Have Curves shirt. You just can't see it because the camera doesn't point down far enough, I guess. I really love this design. I like this design for this shirt. You gotta do a Spanky giveaway. That would be pretty based. I've thought about, I don't know. It wouldn't be logistically difficult. Wait, why am I saying that? Yes, it would. It would be logistically difficult. I thought about maybe giving away a free copy of one of my books to all my platinum patrons. No, wait, that wouldn't be that hard because I have a lot of patrons, but not that many platinum ones. Thought about doing that like as a Christmas gift to them and like announcing it a couple months ahead of time. But I don't know. That would be kind of difficult. There would have to be a lot of buy-in on their end because I have to get your information and then ship it to you. And people tend to not respond to things. So I don't know. Start your own religion. I could register shit. What are those called? 401c. Something I can't remember what they're called. But I could officially designate the Church of Spanky as an actual religion. And then my YouTube channel would not be taxed. I don't think that would actually work, but 401c3. Yeah, maybe that's what they're called. I don't remember. Not trying to get too personal, but are you making enough to live off of streaming and TikTok, like enough or close to teaching? It's the nature of it is weird because it's always different. Now it's trending upward, but it's kind of like a sawtooth, so it'll go up and down, but it's trending upward. It's kind of hard to say because my income isn't taxed. So it looks a lot better than it is. This year I'm now paying into the IRS quarterly, so I don't have to do it all when I file my taxes because that can be a huge lump sum of money. But I am at this moment currently making pretty close to what my gross income was when I was teaching. But I mean, the numbers have to stay consistent, so who knows? So I'm kind of sort of there, but teaching was a salaried position, so I knew what was guaranteed to me, whereas this is like, I don't know. So get Kent Hovind's advice on taxes. I'm sure that'll be helpful. Yeah, if I want to spend 11 years in prison or whatever it was. Yeah, sure, I'll do that. Oh shit, it's been 90 minutes is usually my cutoff, so I will take one more question and then I'm out of here. I'm gonna eat a real dinner. Tacos, actually. Spanky would be proud. How many chocolate chip cookies could I eat in a single sitting? A couple nights ago, my wife made cookies, and I think I ate like 6 of them, and I could have kept going. I could eat an entire batch of Pillsbury cookies. I could. Have I ever? No. Oh, thank you, Sly. Thank you very much. That's not a question, but I love you too. Not enchiladas. No, we haven't had enchiladas in a while. Enchiladas in a while. All right, everybody, enjoy the outro music. It is the extended version of my intro music. Well, I'm not sure if I really ever said thank you. So, like, literally, the only reason I'm at where I'm at, I do work really hard at this. I do put in a shitload of effort, and I buy books all the time and I read them, and I put out a video every single day. I've virtually not missed a single day in almost 2 years now of uploading. But I know a lot of talented people that do what I do, and they don't have this fortune. And that's because of all of you. So thank you very, 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 very much. I really mean that. So anyways, now I can go.